Uh, Welcome back to yet another weekly Spanish review to see what we have covered and what we have done in addition to doing the regular exercises. So this week, we have done, we've taken a mini test, a basic quiz on gender of nouns, and we also looked at, listened to a podcast, taken an oral exercise, a mini test, and perhaps a basic quiz on the general nouns part 1. Alright, so in addition to that, I've been going or reading the news in Spanish. This is CNN in Espanol. The links to the websites will be in the description. I find this to be better than the BBC one in terms of the the news. I mean the presentation of the news, and also the fact that they have videos for each news item, so you can not only read the news, but you can also listen to it, or watch it for that matter, and obviously get the latest news, and uh, it goes without saying on both platforms. But that's just my personal opinion here. Well, so with that said, let's just go through the news. So the purpose is just not getting news, but trying to make sense of what is being read, um, for lack of better term, right? So, um, all right. So, all right. Let's look at this first, right? Aviation. So this is a feminine word because you have sion, just like television. So if you have to denote an article to it, would be aviación. So let's go through this. So ¿qué es una zona de exclusión aérea? So what is what is one zone? What is a zone of exclusion in an area? What is a zone of exclusion? So in terms of flight operations, what zones would you exclude? And we can always verify, right? And it's very easy to verify. Copy it, go into Google Translate from Spanish. What is a no-fly zone, right? What zones excluded? Okay, so we are pretty much there. Um, so I don't want to go into politics. Um, so let's just go read something lighter. So let's see. Alright, so this is in Peru. ¿Por qué la tasa de obesidad en Perú es tan alta? So ¿por qué is why? La tasa. Not sure what tasa is. The obesidad. So I think it's got to do with obesity. Idad. And from what I've been seeing, like for instance, if any word ends with idad, IDAD, IDAD. In English, it literally translates to ITY in the end of a word. So, for instance, humanidad, which would mean humanity. So, obesidad would mean obesity, obesity. Obesity. So, uh, N is in Peru. S is tan alta. Alta. I'm not kidding you. I mean, I've gone through this earlier today. So it is probably related to height, if I'm not mistaken. Alta one is you have high and you have tall and short, right? So this would mean tall, alta. Uh, I guess the way to remember it would be think about altitude, and it begins with AL, right? And this also begins with AL, so it might not be. There might be better ways to remember it, but this is how I am trying to remember it. So tall. So why why obesity in Peru is tall? I mean, it sounds more like huge, but I think it's the literal meaning is tall. So I don't know what is the meaning of tasa or tan tan tan. I I I know for a fact that I've read the word. I've seen it before, but I don't remember the meaning. Right. So why is obesity in Peru huge? Tall doesn't make unless they're referring to a person. Uh, um, Referring tall to a country doesn't make sense. But let's just see, right? Let's see what it means. Let me see if we can copy it. Right, there you go. Copied it. Again, Spanish to English translation. Tall, high. Yeah, tall, high. Alright, so why is obesity rate in Peru? So as right obesity, Y is as I said right, and tall, high. Now it makes sense. And Peru, other literally translates Peru. So I think tan is high. Um, let's just verify this. So why is what is tasa? Oh, tasa is rate. Again, so you learn a new word.
Tasa.
Tasa is rate. Tan is so.
Tan.
Tan. All right. So you see, you're not only learning, learning new words, but you're also reading the news. You're getting more information. So what's there to lose, right? So always helps and you might see words that you already learned, but then that reinforces what you've learned, which is all the more better, right? Um, Alright, so this is what I've been doing and trying to get or learn 20 words a day. I make a list and I add words to a list, and I make it a point to review or just skim through the items which I've made in the list or added to the list. And in addition to this, I've been watching uh, Netflix, Spanish shows in Netflix, and this in particular is known as Elite. If I hope that's how it is pronounced, uh, because Elite.
Elite.
Okay. Again, that's why I wanted to check because I knew there is a difference in terms of the pronunciation, even though it looks literally the same, spelled similarly to that of English, but in terms of pronunciation, it's different. Elite.
Elite.
Okay, elite. Alright, so the thing is, and I think in my last in my last in the video in the last it's came in last week, I've talked about an extension that you could use that would not only give you the subtitles. I mean, obviously, the thing is, obviously, you have any platform would give you subtitles, auto translation, in your target language, right? So in this case, you can see below you have English, but this would you could see two uh, pieces of information. You could see the words being spoken in Spanish, and you can also see the translation. And how this helps is if you're practicing listening or trying to listen, if you're not able to decipher the words, you could straight away go through this generated subtitle uh, and um, and see what and how it is being pronounced. And in case you don't know the meaning, you could obviously see the English translation. And the cool part is you can like hover over each word and see what is being pronounced, right? And what's the meaning of a word, and then you can like and then you have play buttons for each dialogue, and you can repeat it as many times as you want, which is quite convenient. So for instance, uh, let me press this.
Sí.
Sí, con el camarero vas a estar.
Pásame. Él viene ya. Él viene ya. ¿Estás en el colegio? ¿Estás en el colegio? ¿Estás en el colegio?
No.
So you see, you get the idea. So this is very useful. This is also there on YouTube. So this is pretty good. So I hope you get the idea here. And then I've been um, going through pica-pica, which is a channel for preschoolers, and that is also pretty good. Listening to Spanish songs, um, all of them help, right? Um, okay, so for instance, let's look at this, right? En busca del valle encantado. So which means busca means search or looking out for. So in search of encantado is nice to meet you, right? That's what a male would say. Encantado. So in busca, in search of vale might be encantar. So let's see what it means. In busca del vale encantado. In search of the enchanted valley. In search, in look out for, let's calculate that. Encantado, enchanted. Um, wow. Alright. Vale is valley. Again, this is something new which you learned, right? I can't complain. But I thought encantado means nice to meet you, but let's see. If I remove these words, charmed or enchanted, so I was wrong. Because if I do a nice to meet you, encantado, and this is encantado. 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 It says right. Nice to meet you. It's right. Encantado. John. So anyway, you get the idea, like how to progress. So I guess in the next video you'll be taking a look at a podcast for genre of nouns part 2. So until then, see you next time.